So is the question visible to everyone? Yes, is the question visible on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So see the 13th question. Riaz and brothers of Hyderabad consigned goods to Mr. Shahid of Lucknow of the value rupees 1 lakh and invoiced the same pro forma at 20% above cost. So can you see this? Riaz and brothers of Hyderabad. So that means he is the consigner. He has consigned goods. Riaz and brothers is our consigner. He has consigned goods to Mr. Shahid of Lucknow. So Mr. Shahid of Lucknow is our consignee and the value of goods is rupees 1 lakh. And then he says, invoice the same pro forma at 20% above cost. That means there are two things which we need to understand from this sentence. First thing, we know the consignor, the consignee goods have been consigned. Second thing is, it says that goods have been invoiced, have been sent at invoice price. The term here, and invoiced. That means goods have been consigned on the invoice price. And what is the invoice price? He says the invoice price is 20% above cost. So it means if our cost price is 100, our invoice price would be 20% above our cost price. That would be 120. Are we clear? So this is how he's going to give you the question. So first thing he says goods have been sent at invoice price, and in the same sentence he says that invoice price of the goods is 20% above cost. And we know invoice price means the selling price. So selling price is 20% above cost. That means if we know the cost price, we can calculate the invoice price. Right? Now see there. They paid their own rupees 2,400 as their expenses. So this 2,400 are the expenses of the consigner. They drew on Shahid a bill for rupees 50,000 for 2 months as advance and discounted the bill at 2%. So that means Mr. Shahid, who is the consignee, he gave advance to Riaz and brothers in the form of a bills payable and receivable for 50,000. And what did the consigner do? The consigner got the bill discounted with bank. So we all know how the bills are discounted. I explained this earlier also. If the consigner is in urgent need of money, he will go to the bank, submit this bill and take the money. So he is getting the bill discounted and the banker will collect the amount of the bill later on from the consignee whenever the bill falls due. See the remaining information. They received an account sales showing that 3/4 of the goods were sold for rupees 1,20,000. So goods were sold, the sale value is 1,20,000 and only 3/4 of the goods were sold. So what does that imply? How much is the unsold stock here? Yes, how much will be the unsold stock or the consignment stock? 1/4. So we have to calculate the value of that 1/4, right? Expenses of Mr. Shahid amounted to 4,000. So these are the expenses of the consignee, and he is entitled to a commission of 8,000. So he is directly giving us the commission also. We need not calculate, right? Mr. Shahid sent a bank draft for the balance amount in settlement of account. Show the transactions in the books of both the parties. So the question is clear. Goods are sent on invoice price. Consigner is Riaz. Consignee is Shahid. And he is giving us the cost price of the goods, which is 1 lakh. See, Riaz and brothers consigned goods of the value of rupees 1 lakh. That means cost price of the goods is given as 1 lakh. And at the same time, he also says invoice price of the goods is 20% above cost. So that means, can we calculate the invoice price now? So first we'll write the working notes, right? So I'll write here as cost price of goods is given as 1 lakh rupees. Then coming to the, 1 second. We will first have to write the working notes now. So after cost price, we need to take the, sorry. Yes. So cost price of goods is 1 lakh. And then he says invoice price equals to cost price plus 20%. So how will I calculate invoice price then? So invoice price equals to 1 lakh plus 20% of 1 lakh. Sorry. So I'm writing it in the short form. So invoice price equals to, how much would be 20% of 1 lakh?
20,000.
20,000. So that means my invoice price is 1,20,000. Did you understand this calculation? This calculation is very, very important for us. So in the question, we need to check if both cost price and invoice price are given. In our problem, he gave us only the cost price. He did not give us the invoice price. So we had to calculate. He gave us a hint for the invoice price. And the hint says invoice price is 20% above cost. So cost is 1 lakh. So 20% more than the cost would be cost price plus 20% more. Right? So 1 lakh plus 20% of 1 lakh, that is 20,000. So 1 lakh plus 20,000 will give us 1,20,000. So now can I calculate the loading? Loading equals to invoice price minus cost price, which equals to 1,20,000 minus 1 lakh, that would be 20,000. So 20,000 is my loading value. So is this working notes clear? If anyone has a doubt, I'll repeat again. Otherwise, we'll proceed with the problem. So do I proceed with the problem? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now put
Yes,
your
ma'am.
heading quickly as valuation of unsold stock or consignment stock. And remember, our consignment stock should always be valued at both cost price as well as invoice price. So first sentence, I will take it as price of unsold goods. So cost price is already given to us as 1 lakh. Invoice price we have already calculated. It is, sorry, we have to take it of unsold goods. I'm sorry. I was taking the whole. So how will I take price of the goods? So for cost price, I will take it as 1 lakh into 1/4 because 3/4 of the goods are sold. So only 1/4 are left as unsold. So 1 lakh into 1/4. So how much will I get? 1 lakh into 1/4 would be
25,000.
25,000. So I will take 25,000 in the cost price column. When I come to invoice price, so invoice price column would be 1,20,000 into 1/4. So how much will I get?
40,000.
40,000. Is it correct?
30,000.
40,000, ma'am.
30,000 into 1/4, we will get 30,000. So I will take 30,000 in the invoice price column. So my first step is over. Now my next step is I need to add proportionate non-recurring expenses of consignor. Add proportionate non-recurring expenses of consignor. So first see our question, did he give us the type of expenses here? He directly said they paid 2,400 as their expenses. In case of consignee, he said consignee's expenses are 4,000. So he did not tell us what are the type of expenses. So what should I do? We should assume that all consignor's expenses are non-recurring and all consignee's expenses are recurring. So for our calculation of consignment stock, we will take only consignor's expenses. And how will I take them? 2,400 into 1/4. So how much do I get? 2,400 into 1/4 would be
600.
600, right? So I will take 600 in cost price as well as 600 also in my invoice price. and I do not have any consignees expenses now because I'm assuming that they are not, excuse me, I'm assuming that they are recurring expenses because he has not mentioned the type. So this is my final value. So I will write here as value of consignment stock. So now my consignment stock at cost price would be
1,600.
25,600 and the one at invoice price would be 30,600. And then I will calculate the stock, sorry, I'll call it as consignment.
Stock reserve.
Yes, consignment stock reserve. In brackets, I will write it as loading. That would be how much now? It would be 30,600 minus 25,600. So
5,000.
5,000 rupees. Right. So I have calculated all my extra steps. Now I only have to put the things in the pro forma. So did everyone understand this?
Yes,
See, every time you will get a question like this, he will not give you both cost price and invoice price. You will have to calculate. So you have to understand how the information is hidden and how we need to calculate. Right? See, in this question, he gave you the cost price and he asked you to calculate invoice price. In some questions, he will give you the invoice price and he will give you a hint for cost price. Then we need to calculate the cost price. According to the question given, we'll do the workings. So we are done with the valuation of consignment stock. Now put the headings for the ledger accounts. So ledger accounts in the books of consignor, and our consignor is Riaz and Brothers. So I will change this here. Put your heading quickly, draw your columns. It is Riaz and Brothers. So first we will be doing the consignment account. Then we'll move forward to the consignee and goods sent on consignment account. Shahid's account. So consignee is Mr. Shahid. So I will put that heading, Mr. Shahid. So if your performers are ready, we will start with the consignment account. Do I start with the consignment account? Yes, is everyone ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So our first entry as usual is 2 goods sent on consignment. Just 1 second. Right. So my first entry would be 2 goods sent on consignment. And I have to take this as invoice price. This value should be taken at invoice price because we are consigning goods at invoice price. So my invoice price is 1,20,000. So I will take this value. My next entry would be for consignor's expenses. So I will take that to cash. In brackets, I will write it as expenses, and consignor's expenses are given to me as 2,400. The next step is for the advance, but advance doesn't appear in consignment account, so I leave it aside. I move forward to the next step. The next step is consignee's expenses. So again, I'll write the consignee's name here. It is to Shahid. In brackets, his expenses. And his expenses are how much? Consignee's expenses, let us see. Consignee's expenses are 4,000 rupees. So I'll take that 4,000 also. My next step is sales made by consignee. So I need to come to the credit side and I'll write here as by Shahid again because he's the one who is making the sales. In brackets, my sales. And what is the amount given as sales is the problem. Sale amount is given as 1,20,000. So I will take that. Next step is consignee's commission. So again, come back to the debit side. To Shahid. In brackets, his commission. The commission is given to me as 8,000. So I've taken all these values. Now I need to take the value for my consignment stock. So come again to the credit side. I will write the entry as by consignment stock. And that should always be taken at invoice price. So in brackets, write the invoice price. And my consignment stock value at invoice price is 30,600. I've already calculated that. Right? So I've taken all the entries. Now I need to take my 2 extra entries. So if you remember, The first extra entry would be loading in case of goods sent on consignment, which will come on the credit side. Second extra entry would be loading in case of consignment stock, which will come on the debit side. So I will take that. First come to the credit side. Buy, I will write it as goods sent on consignment, in brackets write it as loading. And my loading amount I've already calculated, it is 20,000. Now come to the debit side. I will write here as to consignment stock reserve, in brackets loading. To consignment stock reserve, in brackets it is loading. And here my loading I've calculated it as 5,000. So I will take that 5,000. I'll just pull this down so that you can view it in one page. Yes. So here is our consignment account. So now I've taken all the entries. What am I left with now? What is my next step?
Calculating profit and loss.
Calculating the profit. So I'll put the, what do you say, totals on both the sides. See my totals. My total on the credit side is 1,70,600. So I'm writing the totals. If you see, the credit side is appearing to be more, right? So that means I have a profit, 1,70,600. So tell me the value of my profits. I'll write the entry here as, sorry, to profit and loss account. To profit and loss, in brackets, it is the profit. Tell me the value of profit.
31,200.
30?
31,200.
31,200. So this is my profit. I don't have any other entries, right? So I'm done with the consignment account. So is the consignment account clear? Anyone has a doubt? Please let me know. Yes, any doubt in this?
No doubts, ma'am.
No doubts. Okay, so we will move forward to our next account, which is the consignees account. Yes. So my consignee is Shahid. I've prepared the columns and we will start with the consignees account. So we know what are the entries in the consignees account, right? We have only 5 entries. Remember, consignees account will not have any change even though we are sending goods at invoice price. So same 5 entries: advance, expenses, commission, sales, and the final balance. So first we will take the entry for our sales, which comes on the debit side. So let us write the entry. We will write it as to consignment, in brackets it is the sales amount, and our amount is 1,20,000. 1,20,000 is our amount, right? The next entry we will take for advance. So come to the credit side. Now what do I write the entry for advance? How is he paying the advance? Is he paying through cash or bank or bills of exchange? Yes, see the question. How is he paying the advance? See, this is the question. What does he say? Riaz and brothers drew a bill on Shahid for 50,000. That is the advance. That means he is paying the advance through bills of exchange. So for the consignor, this will always be called as bills receivable. So write it as bills receivable, in brackets put it as advance, and the amount is 50,000. Right? So we have taken the advance also. Our next entry would be consignees expenses. So again, I'll write by consignment, in bracket his expenses. Consignees expenses are 4,000. Next entry for his commission. So once again, by consignment and in brackets commission. Commission is given as 8,000. That's it. We have taken all the 4 entries. The last entry is to find out the balance. And let us see how is he paying the balance. See the question. Mr. Shahid sent a bank draft for the balance amount in settlement. That means he is paying it through bank. So we will write it through bank only. We will write the entry as by bank in brackets balance. So quickly calculate the balance and tell me the amount. I'll put the totals till then on both the sides. Yes, how much is the balance? Tell me the balance quickly.
$58,000.
58,000 is our balance. Okay. Is that correct? 58,000? Yes, it is correct. So our consignees account is also over. What is our next account now? Goods sent on consignment account. Right? Yes. So goods sent on consignment account, we all know one entry is increasing. If you see the consignment account, you will be able to understand. See, this is our consignment account. So one entry, this will come in the goods sent on consignment account. Another, this entry will come. And then whatever is the balance in that account, we should close it by transferring the balance to trading account. Always remember that rule. Goods sent on consignment account is always closed by transferring the balance to trading account. So I'll write the entries. On the credit side, I will get buy goods sent on consignment at invoice price, which is 1,20,000. On the debit side, I will get goods sent on consignment, the loading value, which is 20,000. Right, that's it. Now I have to close the account by balancing it and transferring the balance to trading account. So if I look at, I'm getting the balance on the debit side because my debit side value is less. So I will write here as to trading in brackets the balance amount. And the balance here would be 1 lakh rupees. Now I'll put the total on both the sides. So 1,20,000 is the total on both the sides. Right. So my goods sent on consignment account is also complete. Shall I wait for a minute, quickly finish it, and then we'll do the consignment.
To goods sent on consignment.
Pardon? You asked something?
You wrote goods sent on consignment. You're supposed to.
Oh,
And
sorry,
by
sorry. I had to write consignment. I don't know. I do that mistake every time, right? Sorry. Here also it should come by to consignment. Please change that. If anyone has taken it like that, I'm sorry. It should be by consignment. I made a mistake. So now we need to do the ledger accounts in the books of consignee. And we all know consignee prepares only one account, that is the consignor's account. So I will put the heading ledger accounts in the books of Shahid, who is the consignee, Mr. Shahid. Okay. And our consignor is Riaz and Brothers. Riaz and Brothers. Yes. So I will put both of them in the center. Yes. So shall we do the consignor's account? And we know very well consignor and consignee's account will be exactly similar but opposite to each other. Right? So I will first start with the entry for sales. I have to come to the credit side. And here I will write the entry as by cash because the consignee, we are doing the accounts in the books of consignee. So he is himself getting the sale value. So the amount is 1,20,000. Now come to the debit side. First, we will take the entry for advance. And in books of consignee, the advance will be called as bills payable here. Because he is the one who has to pay. And the advance amount is 50,000. Next entry for the expenses, again which the consignee is himself incurring. So we will write the entry as cash. Amount is 4,000. The next entry for commission, We will directly write commission because he is going to get his commission later and the amount is 8,000. That's it. We need to balance the account and the balance is paid through bank draft. So we write it as to bank in brackets balance. So our balance will remain the same. How much was our balance there? Let us see. The balance is 58,000. So we will get the same balance. Now put the totals on both the sides. So the total is 1,20,000. So I'm done with the consignee's account as well. So that means we have completed the problem. We have calculated the value of unsold stock. We have calculated, we have prepared all the 4 ledger accounts in the books of consignor and in the books of consignee. So the problem is complete.